up? It's Destiny, back again for another video. And I know what you're thinking, girl, where you been? I know what you're also thinking, girl, it's the glare in your glasses. Well, while you take a moment to go ahead and subscribe to this channel, and go ahead and give this video a thumbs up because I'm back. Let me take my glasses off, although y'all know I need glasses to see. But the glare is annoying. So, back for another video. This video is going to be about the invasion that is triple negative breast cancer. Okay, want to give y'all an update because we have now entered into phase 2. We're like about to be halfway through phase 2, so I want to catch y'all up. So phase 1 was the every week for 12 weeks program, and that equated to 4 treatments of chemotherapy. I know it seemed like a lot, and it is a lot, and it was a lot, but it only equated to 4 rounds of chemotherapy, and that was Taxol and another chemo that I cannot remember. That was for 12 weeks. Now, within that 12 weeks, we did have to take a pause for the cause because 2 weeks back to back, my white blood count was way too low, and I was not able to get chemotherapy for 2 weeks back to back. I did take advantage of that, went to Disney, had some fun, but when I got back on it, oh my God, it was so horrible. But we finished that phase. Now that we finished that phase, I went and got an ultrasound done. Y'all know you're gonna hear the motion, the kids, the dogs, all the things. Bear with me. I went to go get an ultrasound. This is some really good news here, y'all. Went to go get an ultrasound because my doctor said if the ultrasound looks good, then you could skip chemo on your birthday. And I was like, yeah, because I'm not doing chemo on my birthday. My birthday is July 29th, next week. So we did the ultrasound, and the ultrasound tech was, you know, my right breast and my right armpit. She was like, did you have surgery? I said no. She's like, so you didn't have it removed? And I'm like, no, nothing's been removed. No surgery other than the port being installed. And she's just looking and looking, and she can't find anything. And then she finds the clip that they put inside the mass so that when the surgeon goes in to take the mass out, they will know what it is that they need to take out. The clip is like the size of a staple. And then there's like a little black area around it. That is the chemo, so the cancer. So the chemo has completely shrunk the cancer to astronomical amounts. And it's so amazing and so exciting. But I've been told y'all I couldn't feel it. I still can't. And under my armpit is the same thing. And she did check the other side just for good measure, although nothing was happening on the left side. My armpits are enlarged on the left side, but that might just be a me thing. But it's benign, it's non-cancerous, it's nothing to worry about. So everything was fine. I was so excited. I cried tears of joy that whole day and probably the next day because I was just so excited because I always told my doctor, if this ain't working, I ain't doing it. And so I think she wanted me to have some encouragement to know that what I'm doing, trusting her, trusting this process, I am getting the results, although it's not easily seen, other than it pretty much is easily seen if you have a mass or a lump and you see it shrink down. But when you're feeling bad week to week due to chemo, you do need some form of encouragement. So I'm so glad that she said to get an ultrasound to check the progress, because that made me want to keep doing it. Because I'm telling you, I told her I'm not doing this. I don't know how many times I've told her this during this process, and I might say it some more. I don't know, because that's just how bad it is. But great news. So moving on, the next week was July 8th is when I started phase 2 of, you know, this treatment phase. Phase 2 is every 3 weeks I go for treatment. I've already had one. I'm due on August 5th for the second treatment. The reason why it's spaced out so much is because this chemotherapy is what they call the red devil. I hate that name, but now I understand why they call it that. That, I'm trying not to curse, but that shit took me out. Literally, it wiped out all my red blood cells. It wiped out all my white blood cells. It wiped out some other abbreviated things that I don't even know what it means. It completely wiped me out. For that whole week and a half, I was throwing up daily, multiple times a day. I could not keep anything down. I was so fatigued, I could barely stay awake. I could barely get out of bed. Everything, it was just absolutely horrible. That same week, or was it the week after, I did go in for hydration. That did absolutely nothing to help me. My blood pressure was extremely low. It's like, how are you even walking? That's how low my blood pressure. And my blood pressure is always typically low, but it was extremely low. Everything was extremely low. It's like, how are you even functioning at this point? One night I fainted. Thank God I was not standing up. Although right before I fainted, it was like seeing stars. I was really hot. And I was like, I feel uncomfortable. Something don't feel right. I feel weird. And I was about to stand up. And then I fainted. And thankfully, like I said, I was not standing up. And, you know, because I would have fallen and gotten hurt. But that was very scary. That happened in a public place. After that, the following week, I went into the doctor. They did blood work. Oh, you need a blood transfusion. What? I'm turning into a vampire? I have to take blood, so I had to get a blood transfusion, which was extremely scary to me because I've never had to do this in my life. I've never had to do any of these things before in my life, but a blood somebody else's blood and DNA has to be put into my body. First of all, gross. Second of all, what the hell? You know, I was like, is there any other option? Do we have to do that? You have to do this. You have nothing. You are depleted of everything. The shot that they gave me for my white blood count wasn't working. Nothing was working. That red devil took me out. I was on the verge of being hospitalized. My doctor said, the substitute doctor, she said, you know, I really don't want to have to admit you to the hospital, but, and I'm like, please. And so I went in because I was having fever, I was having chills, I was still throwing up, all of this, weeks of this happening. And my doctor told me that this phase was supposed to be a little bit easier on me because I've experienced chemotherapy before, and so my body kind of knows what to expect, and I won't have to go into the office as often. Child, I was in that office damn near every day for 2 weeks because of things that were going on, and I was checking my temperature at home, and I had fever. There, it would be a fever, and then it would go away, come home, fever. So it was just so chaotic. Very, very scary. And then after I got better, which was maybe like the tail end of last week, I was not, well, no, I was still very tired and fatigued. And then I got congested, super congested, couldn't breathe. And so today is Thursday, July 25th, I believe, and I'm actually feeling strong enough to make a video. I made a video on Instagram. I'm feeling strong enough to actually do something. And all this started because of treatment on July 8th. And we're at the 25th of July. And I'm just now feeling strong enough to have some form of motivation to do something. You know what I mean? Doing all this while being a mom, working, and trying to be a productive citizen in the world and to my family and loved ones. It's been very difficult, okay? Lots of crying. Lots of crying. The amount of tears you can't understand. I could probably fill the ocean with the tears that I've cried. But let's give some hand claps for me, because y'all know how I've been saying therapy, and I never did it, because I would do consultations and I would feel like it's not really a good fit, because the people would seem very dismissive of my condition, or I'll get you in 2 weeks from now, and it's like, I don't have 2 weeks to wait. I need somebody now. So I found a therapist, and the same day that I reached out to let her know that I wanted to do a consultation, she was like, hey, I'm actually free. If you're free, we could do a consultation right now. Did the consultation. I kind of knew from the consultation how she was talking that I wanted to go with her, but I let it sit for a few hours, almost overnight, and then I was like, hey, I want to work with you. Did the intake form, child, all the things. I'm like, this is a lot. She gonna know my whole story. And so we have a session scheduled on my birthday for Monday. So, but this is good stuff, because I really need that. I really, really, really need that. Nobody tells you really. I mean, they tell you you're going to need a support system. And my doctor's always telling me, you need more support, you need more support. And I'm like, girl, send me the magazine with the numbers of support so I can get it, because what you talking about, where I'm going to get support. But you really do need a lot of support. You need all the hands on deck, and it's kind of hard, because just because I'm going through an emergency crisis, life-changing, life-altering situation does not mean the people around me feel that same way, you know? And they can't stop their lives because my life is flipped upside down. If that makes sense. And I guess I was kind of expecting that a little bit. I was expecting like, ooh, all hands on deck. Ooh, we're going to be there every day checking on you. We're going to you know, and it hasn't been that, and that's been kind of disappointing. Anyway, saying all of this to say, you are going to be very tested, very much mentally and emotionally, when you're going through a health crisis or a health situation. And like I said, this is my first time ever having any issues with my health, other than being a child and having ear infections when I was a baby, or having eczema when I was, you know, in middle school and stuff. So this is my first time having a real serious health condition. And can you give me a second? I'm talking to the people. Your tab is not done charging. Give me a second. Thank you. See, it don't stop. Just because I'm having some don't mean it stop for other people. But this health condition has really brought up a lot of issues in my life that need to be dealt with, like abandonment. I'm always thinking that people are going to forget about me and leave me and not care about me, especially because I have this situation. And because I'm not able to just get up and go as quick as I used to. Even with social media, I feel it. I see where I'm losing the numbers and stuff, and it's because I'm not as active, because I don't have the energy to be active, you know? So dealing with the root of those issues, and my appearance is different. Y'all, I don't know if y'all can see, but child, my beautiful long my beautiful long luscious eyelashes are no more. The ones that are there are very, very faint. And that's been a real big issue for me, because my eyelashes have always been very thick and long and beautiful. And one of my favorite, my eyes, this whole part of my face has always been my favorite part of my face, favorite part of my body. And it's been stripped away from me. My eyebrows, as you can see, they probably look crazy right now. I'm doing the best that I can. And it's hurtful. So you got to deal with that. Like, you're looking different. I'm used to the hair now, because it just reminds me of when I had my natural hair. But the eyelash thing and the eyebrow thing, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's extreme. Can we relax? Can we freaking relax with all of that? You know? I feel like I look different. Totally. And so it's like having to accept that and learning to love myself in this new phase of life. Love myself, although I have an invasion that's trying to kill me in my body. You know what I mean? Love myself, although the thing that is supposed to help me get better is taking everything away from me. Love myself while dealing with weight loss. I've lost another 2 pounds. I don't know how much I weigh at this point because I've lost so much weight because I can't keep nothing down. Well, like, I can now because I'm feeling much better. But those other weeks, I threw up like 3 times in one day. So it's like dealing with my clothes not fitting properly and me feeling like my body is looking different. And am I losing my shape? Am I not a slim, thick baddie anymore? You know what I mean? It might be very vain to you, might be very shallow, but these are things that you deal with as a woman. And then I'm thinking about the next phase. Am I going to go through with a mastectomy? Am I going to do a double mastectomy? Am I going to get implants? What am I going to do? You know? So it's a lot. It's a lot. And not to mention dealing with other things like work. We don't talk about work on the internet, but child, work. Motherhood, all the things while dealing with this. It is a lot. It is very stressful and at times extremely overwhelming. Most of the times extremely overwhelming. But, you know, I'm doing the best that I can. I'm proud of myself for taking this step to get therapy. And might as well. Hell, we're healing everything else. Let's heal this part of me as well. So, that's where we are in the update of Destaynee's chemotherapy treatment to beat this triple negative breast cancer. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Any other body changes? I probably told you I get hot quick and I also get cold quick. My temperature changes very vastly. I keep a fan with me everywhere I go. I keep a fan. I don't care if we're in the movie theaters, I'm bringing my fan with me because just in case I have a flash of heat. So yes, you're going to have hot flashes. It's insane. And I live in a very hot state, so it's already hot. Let me see what my time is saying, child, because you know I can't see. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to talk about in this update. I think I covered most of the things. I hope I wasn't talking too fast. I feel like these days, especially having been in front of a camera in such a long time, it feels like, am I doing this right? You know? But yeah, I just wanted to be realistic, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm fixing my nose ring. I recorded this update video maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. But I was feeling really bad, and I felt like I was looking really bad, and I was crying most of the video, and I did not want to post that. And it's not because I want to be disingenuous. That is not me at all. I want to be explicitly authentic in this process because I've seen the videos of the women who are, oh, this is sunshine and rainbows. We're going to chemotherapy. We're going to treatment. We're doing this. We're doing that. Making it seem like it's glamorized. And maybe for them, it is. Maybe for them, they don't have all the things. Maybe for them, it is easy. But for me, it's not. And I want people to know it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. Because I will say, I go in there sometimes, great attitude, happy. Hey, y'all. Hey girl, you know, some days I go in there, I don't want to do this. I can't do this. Why do I have to do this? I can't believe I have cancer. And most of the times it's the latter. And that's just being honest. I know people will say, stay positive, keep the faith, or what my dad used to always say, keep hope alive and all these things. You know, a lot of the times it's very hard. And it is extremely hard to do that by yourself. You need other people to encourage you. That's why I love my doctors and I love my nurse. She's my nurse. Because every time I go in for treatment, I get her. I went in for the blood transfusion because it was like a quick appointment and I couldn't get her. And I had to go with the head nurse who, you know, she's no nonsense, okay? And to me, it's a little funny, but then it's kind of like, dang, girl. But I went with her. But she was very nice, and my nurse kept coming over to check on me. And I love this lady so much. She always gives me encouragement, and even if I'm talking crazy, she'll be like, well, now, why are you thinking like that? You know, like, she talks to me, but she doesn't, like, talk down to me or make me feel bad or feel stupid or anything. She really is, I love her. I do love her. So I will say I do be excited to see her and some of the other nurses that I've grown to know over these 3-4 months, along with my doctors, and the other staff too. Hell, they know me and I know them, and they know when I'm having a good day and when I'm not, and they offer me that extra support when I come in, and that's very necessary, because I'm telling you, relying on myself, I can't. That's why I wanted to share this journey with y'all, because I need the prayers. I ain't gonna lie. I need the prayers. I need the encouragement. I need the positivity. I need the good energy sent my way, because I can't do it by myself. I'm going to tell you right now, I can't. But yeah, so we're working on that. There's a little something flying in here. Lord, that's ratchet. So yeah, I'm going to do my best. I say this every time, to be consistent, and I really hope y'all understand that I really do try, because I really do like the little community that we have. I'm not gonna say little community. I like the big community that we have over here, with the people that do support me on all my platforms. I really do appreciate it. It's just, sometimes it's just very difficult to pull out this camera and sit here, try to look cute, okay, and talk. Or make a reel. It takes more energy than it ever has in my life to do the most simple things, and I get frustrated with that, because it's like a betrayal. Like, my body is betraying me, like God has betrayed me, like all the things are going on. Like, I feel very much betrayed in this situation. I'm trying not to look at it that way, especially when it comes to God. I understand that there's a reason for everything that I've gone through, and I have to use my story, hopefully as a testimony, to help someone, to encourage someone else, to bring awareness to the situation. Because remember, child, I'm 34 with triple negative breast cancer. I'm a black woman with triple negative breast cancer, and typically they will tell you breast cancer happens to women in their elder age, and it happens to a certain demographic of women. And here I am. I guess I've been rebellious my whole life, so why would this be any different, you know? So here we are. So I'm trying to look at things in a more positive light. I really am. It might not seem that way. You hear the dogs barking. This is my life. But yeah, I really do try to look at things in a positive way. Sometimes it's just difficult. And now I'm getting a little bit of a headache. I don't know why. This is day 2 of this headache. I'm going to drink some water and eat some watermelon and edit this video. And I'm going to come up with an idea for another video. And if you have any ideas or any suggestions on videos that I can do, please leave it in the comment section below. As far as vlogs, I don't really know what that's going to look like, because most of the time I'm at home. And I don't know if y'all want to see me at home with the kids, at home with the dogs. I don't know if that would be interesting to y'all. And then when I do feel good, and it's usually on the weekend, usually Saturday and Sunday, I feel the best. Well, Saturday, I'll say, because Sunday can be shaky. We don't know. Every day is something new. I don't know how I'm going to feel. I'm just hoping for the best. So, your time is not done yet. Just give me 3 seconds, 3 minutes. So I don't know vlogs with that, and that's usually when I'm with my boyfriend or with the kids, and I try not to put the kids on here too much, although they've been out there. But we'll see. Just leave me some comments, some suggestions, some encouragement, child, some prayers. Even if you don't tell me that you pray for me, just pray for me. But be sure to subscribe, like this video, and give it a thumbs up. Is that the same thing? Liking the video and giving it a thumb? That's the same thing. I'm sorry. That's another thing with chemotherapy, and it might sound crazy, you forget stuff. You forget, like, little things. I literally will forget. or things won't make sense. And I'm like, huh? And it takes me a minute to understand it. That has been extremely frustrating because it's like, I'm 34. I should not have to have issues with my memory so early. But this is all because of chemo. And trust me, I've asked my doctor. She's like, all the things that I'm experiencing is because of the chemotherapy. And once this is over, it will go back to normal. Because I will say, I was feeling a little bit, child, you see how I get talking, I can't stop? I was getting a little neuropathy in my toes. But since I've had this break of chemo, I don't have that issue no more. So, I am seeing where some issues that I have will go away. Also, my hair has been growing back a little bit. I'm not getting my hopes up because I got 3 more rounds of chemo to go, and then we can start celebrating any growth. So I'm not going to be tricked, bamboozled, and hoodwinked by the red devil right now, okay? So, that's where we are. I'm going to end this video because I could literally ramble about whatever for a long time. I hope that you found this video helpful. I hope you can send it to someone who will find this helpful, or someone who's in this same fight. Baby, we are warrior goddesses. I cannot speak. We are warrior goddesses, and we are going to fight this, and we're going to win, and we're going to beat this, and life is going to be beautiful for us. Okay, that is my prayer for everyone, especially those who are going through what I'm going through. We got this, all right? If you love someone, tell them. I love you all.